In a world where Renatus rocks, two heroes have emerged to bring to you the latest and the greatest. Hey everybody, welcome to the Renatus J.A.M. My name's Jay Stark, and with me is my co-host,
Matt Snyder.
Mr. Matt Snyder.
Yeah, buddy. I can tell Jay's in a mood.
I'm in a mood.
Yeah, buddy.
I love like those movie trailers where it's in a world.
Oh, I do too. We all love that. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 simple words, and you could be transported to literally any world, any reality at all.
Anywhere.
And we allow it to happen.
That's what we love about movies.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen... I'm trying to think of what the last movie I saw in the theater was.
I can't think of the last movie I saw in the theater at all. That's how long ago it was.
Oh, you know what? I went and saw Tenet. It came
yeah,
out.
you did. Over,
there was
over the summer, right?
Yeah, there was like a brief, theaters open for a minute.
Are they not open now?
I have no idea.
I mean, we're talking Utah, obviously, because the whole country's doing different stuff.
Right, right.
It seems like... For one, we're definitely not on the same page as states.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yeah.
But I tell you what, that was a good movie. Tenet was a good movie.
I'm going to have to see it.
That was a little while ago. What's new and exciting, Matthew?
New and exciting, man. Gosh. Well, with Renatus, or in regards to Renatus, we've got ICM renewals. That's big.
That is big.
Yeah.
So
if you haven't done it, do it.
What's the time frame on that look like? Because we've got the schedule where if you have purchased your ICM in between these dates, then you pay this much as a renewal
You're
fee.
talking about the quote-unquote, if you will, kind of proration.
Yeah, the proration.
It's kind of like, it's not to a day proration, though. It's like in a time period proration.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but let's see if I can do this from memory, because we do this every year, and I get to
believe in
December every year, and I'm like,
believe
wait,
in you.
what was
You
it?
can do this.
What was it? So I think it was it after June? It goes to 125.
So
Is that right?
if you purchased your ICM between January 1st and June 1st,
Yeah, you're gonna pay the 197.
you pay $197.
Yep. If you purchased after June, is it 125?
So it's from June 1st until October 1st.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
So if you bought in that
window of time, then did I get it right? Is 125 right?
Yep.
And then from October 1st till now, if you became an ICM, you would have paid $197 just to get started, and then renewal is free.
Yeah, no additional cost for renewal. However, an additional signature is still needed.
Yeah, you got to re-sign.
Now,
you just got to renew for the 2021
exactly.
year.
If you sign up as an ICM in the month of December, like brand new out of the gate,
then it doesn't matter.
Then you don't need to renew.
Yeah,
because you've already got the current agreement for the next year.
Right. Yep.
So.
Yep.
And what comes with an ICM agreement? What do they get? You know, I think about all of the content. I think about all of the tools that people have access to. What all comes with an ICM agreement?
There's a lot of videos and training materials and materials to send out to prospects that people probably don't know. A lot of this stuff would be listed under the marketing tab and then presentation. I know it's under presentation, but we've got a lot of a lot of resources or materials there, let alone the training tab and some other things there. But lot of content. But to me, the biggest thing is the ability to market, as the ability to close sales and make some money. And I think especially in a time right now, people could use that, right? So some kind of side income, some kind of extra income.
What's the if I'm a brand new ICM and I go out and I sell an educational package, right? What's the minimum amount of money that I would make?
$300.
Okay. Now what's the because we have the billing, obviously.
Yes.
So we have the billing. So if somebody makes their down payment for what's the lowest package? We have the
essentials.
The essentials.
$399.40. So basically $400.
$400 down.
Yep.
So what am I going to get off of that?
You as a
brand new
ICM that sold
ICM
that.
that sold it. Yeah.
Ooh. That's a good question, Jay. I don't know the exact dollar off. You're talking about off the down payment.
Yes, I am.
I bet I could tell you.
So if I'm mathing correctly, I think it's right around $60.
It's something like that. Let's see.
Because maybe you know what? It's probably just a little bit less.
It is less
of how I'm doing the math in my head.
Yes.
So it's probably a little bit less.
That's why you're doing what I did, and that's why I was like, I got to look it up. Because
but that means as a brand new ICM, I pay my $197. I make one sale, I get paid.
Yeah. Yep. Dang it, and I don't. Oh wait, I do. I don't have it for. The initial direct would be $160 basically.
160.
So you're talking about 30% of that.
Right.
Yeah.
30.
But then you're making money off those monthly payments as well after
48.
After that, so
$48. That's 48.
Yeah.
That's 48 off the down payment alone.
Yep.
I can do math. It just takes me a minute.
Yep.
I get there.
It's a Christmas present. Right there. It's a Christmas present for somebody. So
one other thing that's available to all ICMs. Did you know that every single video under the video library tab is shareable?
I didn't know that every video was. No.
Every last one.
All are. Huh?
Not to be confused with the education under the education tab.
Of course.
This is
That's
under
not shareable.
That's not shareable.
Yeah.
Well, it is shareable,
well, yeah,
and we'll pay you
in bits. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, but this is the video library tab. Every single one of the videos there is shareable, and it's probably worth expounding upon this point, which is if you change the view in the video library from the tiles to the list view. So in the top right corner, you've got those two little icons.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah.
If you change it to a list view, there's actually more videos there.
What? I didn't know this. Okay, what?
Yeah. If you go into the video library in Helios right now, you change the view from the tile view, which is the little square with the picture in it, the little icon, to the list view, so that it's just lines. There's more videos in there.
Oh, little nugget there.
Yeah, our tile view, for whatever reason, does not show all the videos.
Huh. Good to know. Yeah.
Pro tip right there. You're welcome. Merry Christmas from me to you.
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah. You know what I really like is I like the commission made off of an Epix combo after your 5-star.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Because I'm 5-star. And I like those commissions.
So if
it's $11,200.
$11,200.
Yeah, buddy.
So you've become 5-star qualified through hard work, effort, time.
Yes.
All of that.
It was a piece of cake. It was totally easy and everybody can do it. That's a joke. Okay. It takes effort. It took work, and it took me a while to really get my marketing message dialed and to really understand. I mean, we've talked about it in the past but it took me longer than I thought it would.
Gotcha.
But I got there.
But you got there, and now if you were to go out and sell an Epix combo, retail, cash, then
I'm buying my wife a new car.
$11,200.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Those are fun.
Needless to say, the opportunity to be an ICM is well worth the $197.
By far, to me, the most valuable thing. We've got a lot of tools, a lot of things for people, but that's by far the biggest thing. So, absolutely, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep.
So ICM renewals are live now in Helios. When you go in, you'll see a pop-up come up that says, "Hey, click here to renew your ICM agreement."
Yes.
You go in there, submit it, sign it, pay for it, signed, sealed, and delivered. You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
Yeah, it's pretty simple process.
So what happens? Let's say I bought an ICM, and I own education, and I choose not to renew my ICM. What happens to my education?
Nothing. It stays there. I mean, you've got it, right? As long as you got complimentary lifetime access on it. Although even then, you would have until the redemption period is over, so it wouldn't matter either way. The ICM is separate from the education, right? So you're not gonna screw anything up by the non-renewal other than your opportunity to market. And of course, if you've got a book of business, right? If you got a team, you got stuff going on, and you don't renew, you're gonna lose that. So that sucks. So you should renew.
Yeah, you definitely should renew. And realize that once the renewal period has eclipsed, it's done. So as of January 1st, so right now the renewal period runs from December 1st to December 31st. Yeah. On January 1st, you can no longer bypass that pop-up if you haven't renewed. Now, you can if you have education. You'll still be able to access your education.
Of course.
But you will not be able to access any of the ICM features.
Yeah, you lose all those tabs.
Yeah.
In Helios.
And Bob Snyder, just as he has in years past, has made it available that there will be a grace period from January 1st to January 31st.
Yep.
So you
can
still...
Yeah, we always, we don't want to just, Thanos people's business just like that, right? So.
I've never heard Thanos used as a verb before. We're going to
really?
Thanos people.
It's a thing. I don't think I've ever heard it either. I'm sure somebody's come up with it. I'm sure somebody's done it. I'm not the originator, but
you don't think?
Yeah,
huh?
I don't think.
Well, so then January 1st to January 31st, everything's going to be locked, but you can still renew. There's a risk in doing that, which is if your commission's penned for too long in Helios, they get forfeited.
Yeah.
So don't delay. Don't wait. Don't even just get into Helios right now and make it happen so that you don't get caught January 31st holding the bag going, what do I do now?
Yep.
So, because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah. Unless you got a time machine. But now we're getting way too far into Marvel Comics.
In a world.
Yes. Right. Oh, geez.
All right, Matthew.
Over here.
It's that magical time of our podcast where we bring out our guest.
Should we introduce the guest?
Let's introduce the guest. Take it away.
All right, man. Well, we've got a fantastic guest, one of my favorite people of all time. In the house. In the house. All right. Today, we have the illustrious Jay Stark, our Vice President of Operations.
Thank you.
And the reason Renatus rocks.
Yes! I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great introduction.
What a fun thing, man. Like, I wanted to bring you out for a long time now. I wanted to just find out about you. We always talk about other people or me.
Well, it's because you're a fascinating guy.
No, I'm really good about talking about me. Okay, that's what it is. So, but I want to talk about you.
All right, let's do it.
Where did it all start?
Well, it was a stormy night.
In a world.
Oh, man. No, for me, I was actually working for a healthcare company here in Utah.
Yep.
I was in supply chain IT.
Yes,
which has got to be the driest and most boring thing that we could ever talk about. No offense to anybody who deals with logistics. Props. You guys are the heartbeat of companies.
Yes, but there are supply chain... There are supply chain IT guys right now that are falling asleep. Okay? I'm just kidding.
So I was in supply chain IT. I was actually in one of the facilities a little bit up north, and I get a call one day from my sister-in-law.
Wait, up north? You were like Ogden?
Yeah. I was up in McKay-Dee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I get a call from my sister-in-law.
Yep.
And she goes, "Hey, Jay, my father-in-law is started this company, and he's looking for somebody who can write. Would you be willing
Do you know how to write?
Do you know how to write?" No, so I had recently helped her write a paper.
Yes.
And so she anyway, so she says, "My father-in-law is starting a company. He wants somebody who can write. Would you be willing to talk with him? Is that something you're even interested in?" And I knew who Bob was. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk. This would be great." So I drive down to his house, and I meet with him. Now, this is Monday. I met with him at probably 6:30-ish p.m.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because anybody who remembers the Founders webinar back in 2011 will remember that at 6:30, that was like go time, you know, because everybody's getting ready for everything. Anyway, so it's 6:30. I sit down with him in his office, and he's got these massively oversized chairs that you sit in and make you feel like a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like they got these huge backs on them.
I remember those.
I sat down in this chair, and right behind him, he's got this whole bank of trophies. Right?
Oh, it's yes. And it's like probably like a tenth of all the trophies he has.
Oh yeah. So we talked. And he painted for me a picture of what Renatus is and what it will be and where it's headed.
Not like a literal Bob Ross picture.
No. When I say Bob, I did not mean Ross.
He laid it out for you.
He did.
He gave you the vision.
He did. And if you've ever heard Bob introduce Renatus, he paints a picture. And you see it, and you want to be a part of it.
Oh yeah.
And so I had told him that I had been involved with real estate for a number of years at that time, and already had a couple of rentals and different things, and so he just gave me the penny tour. Showed me what Renatus is and where it's headed, and this whole conversation was 20 minutes long. Now, this was in 2011, so we were just coming off of the 2008 recession, the Great Recession, and I knew so many people in my neighborhood who were unemployed.
Yeah.
Several people.
Yeah.
And I was in what a lot of people considered to be one of the most secure job sectors.
Yeah.
Healthcare. Right? People always need healthcare.
Yeah.
And so
it's never going to change.
I walked out of his office. I sat down in my car, and I called my wife, and I said, Whitney,
man,
I love you, and I just quit my job. And she's like, what?
I wish that we would have had this call recorded. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
I know.
No, it's good that we do not have this call recorded. But she supported me 100%. And she said, you're really going to go from this uber secure job working for the biggest private employer in the state of Utah to working for some guy in his basement. Because it was literally a basement office with two other guys in it.
Yeah, well, it was a basement office and exercise room.
That's right. It had dual purpose.
It did. Or the way that I like to look at it was, you guys had a gym at your office.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Actually,
free gym pass.
Adam and I used to get on that machine all the time. And anyway, so I said, yeah, this is right. It felt right. Everything was lining up, and it really. I could see that I wanted to be attached to Bob. It wouldn't have mattered if he had described to me selling tacos in a taco truck. I would have quit my job to be with him.
How come?
Because of how when you meet him, you feel the sincerity, the authenticity, and I just knew that with him I could go further than I could go without him.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I wanted to link up with him arm in arm, and I wanted to start making it happen. And then the very first event that we had was about the very first event that corporate hosted was our very first recording. We did a recording, and back in those days, we took all of our equipment up to the conference center, had to set it all up on one day. We would do 3 to 5 days of recording and then take it all down. And these were long days of recording.
Yes. And the setup and takedown was long.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I remember, and maybe I'm remembering nationals or regionals or something, but I remember, like a full day of setup and a full day of tear down,
I remember all of this. And it was at that time when I met the first set of people that came to the very first recording. And I'll never forget, James Lease was there with Lisa. Mm-hmm. And I think they were using it as an excuse to come to Utah to go skiing. But
that doesn't sound like them.
but I remember sitting there and just knowing this is it. This is where I'm meant to be. This is awesome. Did I mention that my very first week of working at Renatus, I moved? That was brutal. Do you remember? I moved.
No, I don't remember
the first week that I was with Renatus, and in fact, you came and helped me.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, I just didn't realize that was the same time frame. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the house. Yeah, you bet. But and moving and everything. But wow, man, that's stressful.
Yeah, it was something. But you know what? You'll be surprised what you can live through when you have to.
Yep, that's true.
So
it's a fact of life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we're all probably realizing that as a whole throughout this year.
The whole nation right now.
This year. We got this.
We can do it.
Which is code for we're not sure what we're doing, but we're trucking along anyways. Yep. Anyways. Well, that's cool. So you kind of you touched on why Bob, and I can also attest to this. You know, what you see is what you get with Bob Snyder. People ask me that all the time, and you know, yeah, he's the real deal. But
you know, it's really interesting. I define brilliance as being able to take a complex idea and simplify it so that people hearing you understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's brilliance. So he can take these complex ideas and break them down so that everybody understands what he's going through. But then he is a resource on so many different facets, so many different areas of business, of growth, it's phenomenal. I would go to him with questions. I still do this. And he absolutely leaves me just in amazement going, how do you know all of this? And the longer I know him, the more amazed I am, because he still catches me off guard with just how much he understands about simple things. And in fact, even right now, we're working with a group, and the CEO of the company that we're working with said, I have never met another CEO that gets involved the way you do.
Yeah.
Because Bob, man, he just gets in there with both hands.
He gets that a lot too. Yeah, like people hear the title of CEO and they think one thing.
Yeah.
Right? They think a certain thing. They kind of categorize it in a box in their head, and like, this is what a CEO does.
Right.
And he's not your typical CEO in any fashion.
No.
Employees that work here, people
No.
tell me all the time, like, I've never worked for anybody like that.
You know, he used to call himself the chief cook and bottle washer.
It's true.
And we used to make a joke that we all wore several different hats.
Oh, yeah.
And what I didn't understand was that while he wore a hat, any given hat, he would delve into that subject until he became a subject matter expert.
Yes. Yep. Which is what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
We can't talk about it, really, but
that's the first rule
of
Never mind.
Fight Club. So of Renatus. So but yeah, this company that we're working with, I think that they were so caught off guard because he's becoming a subject matter expert on what he hired them to do.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I've been working arm in arm with him now for a decade.
Yes.
We're coming up on 10 years. We're
Yes.
not quite there.
Right.
But we're coming up on 10 years, and he continues to impress me. He doesn't surprise me with his desire to serve people, to help authentically. That's not a surprise anymore. I'm accustomed to that. But he continues to impress me with his commitment to always moving forward, always progressing, never kicking back and kicking his heels up and saying, well, it's been a good ride. I'm ready to relax now.
Right.
He pushes harder than anyone else I've ever known, and he continues to do it with the mindset of, I'm going to serve my customers more. I'm going to serve my customers better. So when I come out on the Founders Live or any other time I have an opportunity to introduce Bob, I love to talk about his ethics, his morals, and his commitments that he engages with every day for every person he meets.
I wish people could see what takes place behind closed doors, because yes, and I've always wanted to do a good vibrations on him, but that, first of all, the irony is he wouldn't want him to be.
He would not want that at
exactly
all.
right. And then the flip side of it is like, how do I make it up to par with what I want to communicate? Like,
right.
How do I get that? It would be in a lot of work. Some of these, it take a lot of time to put together. Some of them are quick, but some of them take a lot. And that would be one I know. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to really prepare way in advance for that one. But anyways, yes. So why I know why Bob Snyder. Why Renatus? Why are you still here? People don't stick around. This, I've worked for a bunch of different companies in my own past, and it's like every 2 years somebody leaves, and in that spot, and we don't have that here.
Nope.
Especially with you. How long you been here?
10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So
So here's the deal. To put this lightly, with the growth of the company, I've had opportunity to really craft my own position.
Yeah.
And so I do what I love, and I love what I do. It dawned on me about 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago. Regionals. It was the Salt Lake Regionals. I think it was 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I was, they had presented me with an award, which was awesome. And I was standing on stage, and they handed me the mic, and they say, "Would you say a few words?" And I wasn't prepared for that. Normally, I know that kind of thing is coming, and so I think ahead about what I want to say, try to be a little funny, try to be, and I had zero preparation time. Zero. They hand me the mic, and I'm like, okay, let me say a few words. And it was in that moment. So my mind was working in overtime, and it latched onto one idea, which was that in real estate, our company, my wife and my, how do you say, my wife and mine, my company, mine and my wife's company. I don't know how to say that right. Anyway.
Yes.
My wife and I own a company.
Yes.
That had more than tripled my salary with Renatus.
Right.
In real estate.
Yep.
And I was holding the mic, and I said that to the audience, but I set it up in a way unintentionally that sounded like I was handing in my resignation letter. Oh. like it's been nice. Whoops. It's been good. And now that I'm tripled my income, I'm out, you know?
Yeah.
But I concluded with this thought, which is that I do not have to work at Renatus. I choose to. Every day I come in and I put in time here. I put in my very best effort because it's my choice. And that liberating feeling empowers me every single day to give my very best. I do not do this for the money. I do this for the empowering tools that it provides other people. I do this for the satisfaction of knowing that I am serving people to a better life so that they can create a better life for themselves. I love accountability. I love being accountable for who I am, for what I've done, for what I haven't done. You know, I love being accountable, and I love other people that step up and take the same accountability, and that's what Renatus is. It is an opportunity. Here you go. We will give you all the tools. Now you become the craftsman of your own future. And so that's why Renatus. because I do not know of anywhere else in the world where I could surround myself by people that are as committed to the mission of the company as I am. I don't know of any other place where I could go and find an ethical, moral, authentic leader who is 100% committed to empowering his customers to go out and create their own level of success. I don't know of anywhere else I could go. Not that I would ever want to. Right. I love Renatus. I hope everybody can feel that. I love Renatus. I love what I do.
Yeah, it's so evident. Day in, day out, working with you. I mean, I knew that was the answer you were going to give without even having prepped for this at all.
Right.
Like, I mean, that was fantastic because it's the truth. I see it. I can testify that is exactly the way it is. And I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's so phenomenal to be able to come in, to be able to create regularly, to problem solve. I mean, I could talk about drive and the emotional fingerprint and how this job just absolutely meets all of my eyes and helps me feel important and all of that.
There's something way more to it than that, though.
This is like this absolutely satisfies me to the core.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that working at Renatus is perfect. You know, there are ups and downs, but those ups and downs make it so interesting.
Oh yeah.
You know, we go through times of struggle and we go through times of soaring above the clouds.
Yep.
And it's that variety that just, even though not every day is the most satisfying day, I still leave every day satisfied knowing that I am serving other people I know and people that I don't, to give them something that will help them create a better tomorrow.
Amen to that. It is so satisfying. I can think of quite a few people that I spent a lot of time with or around, you know, even back 2015, 2016, 2017, and now they all have booming real estate businesses that they are, flipping houses or rentals or buying stuff at auction or whatever.
Right.
It's all of that, but totally. So I got a question for you. So what would you tell the brand new ICM coming in today? What would you tell them?
Get to work. Don't wait to understand the whole process to get to work. And it is work. People need to understand that.
Yeah.
Being an ICM is not some sort of a get rich quick thing.
Right.
You can make money quickly.
We've had people do it.
Absolutely.
Sure. It's happened.
But you got to get to work.
Yep.
And don't wait until you know everything about the process. Don't wait until you've done your first real estate deal. Dig in, get to work, get out there and make it happen.
I think that's probably the way it is for everything in life. You know, I feel like, which is tough for people like me, actually. Like, I'm very much, I want to like analyze and learn every single facet, right, and just know everything before I go do. But sometimes, I think with most things in life, you just the person that becomes successful and does it in any kind of timely fashion generally will jump in both feet and just go, and not have to understand the full process or have an answer to every question.
And the beauty of what Renatus is that we are constantly providing additional tools. We are constantly giving more and more opportunity. And so if somebody's out there cranking, even if they are 100% ignorance on fire, we are going to support that individual. We are going to help them, and we are going to help funnel their energy into the most effective actions.
Yeah.
A lot of people confuse activity for accomplishment.
Right.
But activity, as opposed to accomplishment, is like smoking your tires in your car. It's fun. It creates a cool visual, and ultimately only wrecks your car.
Yeah, it burns you out.
Right?
Yeah.
It absolutely is not good on your engine. It's not good on your transmission, and it's definitely not good on your tires. But it looks cool, but ultimately you don't go anywhere.
Right.
It's those people that are unafraid to coast before they start to actually move, before they can really hit the acceleration. A lot of people, they want that 0 to 60 time.
Yeah.
And I really love cars. So anybody who knows, most cars that are phenomenally good at 0 to 60 are not very good at anything else.
Right. Yep.
And now that's not true for all cars.
Not all. There's,
but
the unicorn exists. So
so that's true. That's true. But get out there and get started. Don't wait. Don't delay. And pick those meetings that best meet your need. Don't feel like, hey, I have to go to every single meeting. Now, I know that we have the saying that goes around the community, either you need the meeting or the meeting needs you.
Yep.
And that's true. Pick your meetings, though. Pick those meetings that best align with who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. If you try to attend every meeting that is hosted on the Renatus calendar, you will not do very much else with your life other than just attend meetings.
All day, every day. There's always something going on.
So the brand new ICM, get to work, pick the meeting that you want to attend, and then do not wait. Do not hold anything in reserve.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Yep.
I love it. Right on. Well, we've lost our line producer. He's going to wrap things up.
Well, you know what? Let me do this real quick.
Yeah.
You know, when I first started with Bob in the group, there was 3 of us in a small room, a workout room in Bob's basement.
Uh-huh.
It took us less than a year before we moved into our very first building of our own.
Right.
And then it took us 2 years after that to move into our facility.
Yeah, when you say building of your own, it was a suite.
Yes.
It wasn't like owned by Renatus.
Correct.
It was just
rented. We were leasing
leased.
a space in another kind of strip business,
right?
Mall, if you will. And then another 2 years before we moved into this facility, and then another 2 years before we added on to this facility.
Yep.
The progress that I have seen in Renatus from the time I started until today has been phenomenal. But what Bob has laid out to me, even this week, for where Renatus is headed, makes our warm-up look like just that. Like a warm-up.
Yep.
The next 5 years are going to propel Renatus to heights currently unknown.
Yes. Yep. It's killing me because I want to talk about it, but I can't talk. And we've done this before. Like, we've got some exciting things that we can't talk about, right? And then when you release like Helios or some cool stuff, right? The app or whatever it may be. This is the hardest thing to not talk about because I think that it exactly like it is going
to blow the lid off of the current.
We've been talking about sticks of dynamite. Now we're talking about nukes, right? That's the difference.
That's right.
That's the difference. Right. So yes.
So just everybody out there that can hear me right now, buckle up, because this is going to be a fantastic ride. Now, don't forget, it's hard work. So get to work. Don't delay. And we together are going to create phenomenal success. We are going to be the standard when it comes to this kind of an opportunity.
Yes. But I don't know when we're going to have all that ready or whatever. But so the point is get started now. Don't wait because I don't know how long it's going to take. Bob's becoming a subject matter expert.
But you know what? Don't delay.
Yes.
Get out there right now and start cranking. Build your business, build your team, build your downline. Prep your nation because it is going to go off the chain. And everybody who's working hard is going to be able to enjoy just the fruits of what's coming.
Totally.
So
2021's the year, man.
Booyah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This is it's going to set us up for the next 10 years. And in 10 years, you and I will be doing this again. And we're going to be like, oh, yeah, that was a wild ride.
Yeah. We're going to take it to Mars. That's 10 years from now.
That'll be the next shot.
You know what? That could be. I mean, Elon Musk is talking about putting people there. They need Renatus. There's a lot of real estate on Mars. They need to know what to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you. Thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you for letting me do this. This was really fun. This was fun to talk about you, man. Such a story, such passion, and I appreciate you. I love having you here. I love working with you, and that sense of passion, if you will, is a big part of what brought me over. I mean, I've got my own story. I wanted to do my own thing in the beginning because I wanted to make my own way, pave my own, be my own success. And life led me here. And a big reason for that though was I could see the vision that both you and my dad were seeing and talking about and the passion that you have. So thank you, Jay. Thank you for being on the podcast today.
Love it.
And big shout out to our line producer, Aaron. Thank you for all you do, brother. And this has been the Renatus J.A.M. What does Renatus do?
Renatus rocks! What does Renatus do? That was awesome.